From historic streets to new builds that are under $120 a square foot, these are the best neighborhoods in Taylor, Texas for 2026. If you're an out-of-state buyer or relocating from Austin, or maybe just trying to figure out how to get the most house or best bang for your buck, the best commute, the strongest long-term upside, then this video is going to help you compare the areas that matter most. Today, I'm breaking down Taylor by price tier, neighborhood style, commute access, schools, lot sizes, utilities, and one thing that many people forget or overlook until it's too late. This is future traffic patterns. Very important with our growth coming. I'm Paige Morris with eXp Realty, and if you want my Taylor neighborhood map plus price tiers overlay, stay with me until the end because I'll show you how to get it. Now, here's why Taylor is getting more attention. Taylor keeps attracting buyers because it offers something that's getting harder to find in Austin spaces, right? So out here, you're getting more space, larger lots, and more pricing flexibility. Now, you can still find homes here across multiple price points from the low 300s into the 400s and up, with a mix of historic homes, newer construction, and larger parcels. For buyers thinking of long-term value, Taylor's not just about what it is today, it's also about what's changing around it, including roadway improvements, industrial growth, downtown revitalization, and an influx of new housing supply. So the better question is not just, is Taylor a good place to buy? It's which part of Taylor best fits your lifestyle, budget, and commute. So let's take a look first at the price tiers for 2026. So if you're shopping entry level, you're generally looking in the low 300s. If you're in a move-up range, you're usually targeting the mid 300s to 400s. And if you want premium lots, newer utilities, or larger parcels in stronger positioned pockets, you're often looking at 450 and up. So what matters here is that neighborhoods in Taylor don't just vary by price. They also vary by lot size, road access, utility setup, HOA structure or rules, and how future growth may affect daily life. This is a big one. So the smartest move is not just buying the lowest price home. It's buying in the right location within the right price tier, especially based on what fits your budget. Now, let's take a look at the historic core of Taylor, which is a huge appeal for many. If you love charm, character, and a more established feel, the historic core is one of the most compelling parts of Taylor. This area is known for homes that are built roughly between the 1920s and 50s, including bungalows and other early to mid-century styles. Many of these properties sit on 1/4 to 0.35 acre lots, which can feel a lot larger than what buyers are used to living in an Austin area. One major benefit here is lifestyle. You're closer to coffee, barbecue, and energy on the main street. If you want a neighborhood that feels more rooted and more walkable, then this area deserves a close look. But historic homes often require more due diligence. You want to look at plumbing, electrical, foundation, roofing, and any deed restrictions that are tied to the property. Some older streets may not have an HOA, which many buyers do love, but you still want to confirm what rules may apply to each property. For the right buyer, though, the historic core offers personality, bigger lots, and proximity to the most recognizable parts of town, my town, that I love. So now let's take a look at new construction zones. If your priority is newer finishes, lower maintenance, and more modern infrastructure, then new construction zones deserve your attention. The key areas many buyers should watch include Taylor Landing, Rio Vista, and several East Side plats definitely are ones to take a look at. In these areas, the average new build asking price tends to fall around $360 to $420, although builder incentives can change by quarter and even by month. And that matters because sometimes the better deal is not always a lower price. It may be a rate buy down, closing cost assistance, or a better lot premium. You may want something larger with the same, floor plan or layout. So some things to consider. These neighborhoods often appeal to out-of-state buyers because they're easier to compare apples to apples. Floor plans are more standardized, utilities are often more straightforward, and in many cases, 1 gig of fiber is common, although you always want to verify based on the specific address. Most newer subdivisions also come with a modest HOA. So it's important to compare the trade-off between newer infrastructure and community rules. Now let's take a look at commute, schools, and lot size. If you're commuting towards Austin, one of the best filters you can use is this. Take a look at your target home or homes, and you want to make sure they're within 5 to 7 minutes off of Highway 79 if you want the fastest and simplest drive. That does not mean every good home will fit that rule, but road access can make a huge difference in your day-to-day life and overall happiness, right? 2 homes may look similar on paper, but one may offer a much smoother commute and better insulation from future traffic issues. We think about these things because we know growth is coming. Another factor buyers should keep in mind is the school and demand story. Taylor ISD is currently carrying a B rating, and proximity to the planned STEM Academy is something many buyers are watching because it could support long-term demand nearby. And then there's lot size, which is one of Taylor's biggest practical advantages. The average lot is about 0.28 acres, which is roughly 16% larger than Austin. For many buyers, that extra room is a major reason that Taylor makes sense. That could mean more backyard space, room for a workshop, or future flexibility for a detached structure or an ADU if that's something that you want to consider. Make sure to confirm with your local code and property-specific restrictions before assuming you can add improvements though. Now, let's dig into traffic buffers, utilities, and buyer strategy. Let's take a look. One of the smartest things that you can do before buying in Taylor is look beyond the house itself. Now, let's unpack that. You want to overlay Samsung's East Corridor and future road spurs so that you can avoid buying in an area that may feel much busier later on than it does today. Okay? A home can feel quiet right now and still end up in a future heavy traffic pattern that changes the character of the area over time. So, something to keep in mind. You also want to verify utilities and fiber at the address level, especially in newer neighborhoods. Never assume based on a subdivision name alone. Now, if you're thinking about appreciation potential, areas near Highway 79 widening and the revitalized Main Street corridor tend to show tighter inventory and faster absorption. That doesn't guarantee future performance though, but it does suggest where buyer demand has been more concentrated. This is why maps matter so much. The best neighborhood for one buyer may not be the best neighborhood for another buyer. If you want character and walkability, start with the historic core. If you want newer finishes and easier comparisons, look at places like Taylor Landing, Rio Vista, or East Side. There's new construction pockets all along the east side of town. Now, if you want the best odds of a smoother commute to Austin, you might want to prioritize quick access, remember 5 to 7 minutes, within our Highway 79 corridor. Now, if you want my Taylor neighborhood map with a price tier overlay, or you want on-market and off-market picks matched to your budget, text neighborhood or email me at info@paigemorrisrealtor.com. You can also call or text at 512-269-7907. I'm Paige Morris with eXp Realty, and I help buyers compare neighborhoods, price tiers, commute routes, and growth patterns so you can buy with more clarity and less guesswork. If Taylor's on your list for 2026, start with the map first. It can save you time, sharpen your shirts, and help you avoid buying the wrong pocket for your goals.